you know?
A lot of the founder rappers that I saw when I was growing up, like we've mentioned some of their names in here, and you know, the founders of hip hop itself, they didn't cash in on the payday. And you know, I've spoken to other rappers that I be around from a more current era, and they seem to feel that when I mention the old school rappers to them, they feel that they don't owe them anything. They feel like, oh, they never put nobody on, don't owe them nothing. And how do you feel about
Yeah,
that?
what's your view on
Well, put it this way, because I come from that era myself. What I have learned to do when I got my chance, remember I told you, I was the last man on the totem pole, being on the BAM. But when I got my turn, I learned to build and embrace, not abuse. Once I got in, I started seeing that now you are in a business, entertainment. You start to observe everything around you. So I learned how to pick up and embrace that. There's a lot of people from the beginning of the culture never had a 9 to 5 in their job. So they may not know much. I'm not saying they do, but they may not know much of responsibility what they have as an occupation. They lived off of pardon to what they was involved with,
Right.
you know. Hey, I'm the top MC, I'm the top DJ, you know, everybody love me in the hood, everybody love me in the area, you know, I'm making this and that. But they never knew how to manage their success. Some of them that became recording artists, but never had somebody sit down with them to learn how to manage their career for the future time. I was fortunate to get involved with radio to learn about business and evolve from there.
Right.
And not only that, I learned how to keep my name out there. It was sad many times where I had my peers that I came up with introducing them to some people and they don't recognize who they are. There's some people that had some successful songs, but you don't know who the artist is. But you heard the songs all the time. Oh yeah, I remember that. Who made that? So, you know, they didn't go with the growth.
Right.
And, you know, a lot of them are set in their ways at the same time too.
Do you think the new age hip hop should, being that it's a $1 billion industry now and it's using most of the stuff that these guys created?
Well, here go another thing.
Charity.
Like I say, not all, some. When the next wave came in, a lot of the present artists from before did not want to have open arms for them. Oh, you New Jacks, you this, you that, such and such, didn't want to accept them. At the same time, when some of them saw that, some of them was like, oh, well, that's the way you feel about us, so we're not thinking about you. And they moved on.
We can't continue that. I mean, because the history get erased if we...
Which is true. But if you show how to be open-minded and open arms to each other, that's why I respect a couple of artists that, like, what's the white boy name? Oh, man, Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
He took time and reached out to Melly Mel,
Yeah.
Grandmaster Caz, Kumo D, and they did a song together.
That's
We
what
need
I'm
more of them.
Yes, that's what I'm talking
We need
about.
more of
Yes.
them, but there's a disconnect because of how the elders feel and how the new ones feel.
And we have to bridge that somehow.
We have to bridge. You know what? It made me feel bad that, rest in peace to Mr. Bill Russell, who just passed away.
That's my
Bill
rest in
Russell
peace.
died?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I ain't hear
That's
that.
one guy I wanted to interview.
You want to hear something wild? The NBA is retiring his number for
Number.
every
All
team.
teams. Nobody can wear
No,
number 6
no
no
team
more.
can have
I'm going
number
to tell you
6.
why I brought up Mr. Bill Russell. Every generation that came through in the NBA, I sort of had sat down and have a conversation with that. Because there was open communication. Sit down with Kobe, sit down with LeBron, sit down with many of the youths, sitting down with Curry. But you don't see that in hip hop.
Do you think it's because of the competitive nature of what we come up? We work so hard to go
The
against each other to
rappers
be.
feel like they don't owe the old rap.
We not more competitive.
But I could've-
They don't feel like they like them
pretty
either.
competitive. Yeah, basketball's
The
a pretty
younger
competitive
rappers
sport.
don't feel like the older rappers like them.
because a lot of
They
them
don't
have.
have-
Yeah.
You
A lot-
have
but a
in
lot of-
both sides. You have the older ones that did not want to embrace them and made them feel some kind of way, and you got the younger ones that feel like, well, your time is up.
Yeah.
As you were saying, gatekeeper.
Yeah, I
Right.
feel like that's constant though.
It's not.
But what
not.
Ren
I
is saying,
think we
it's
just
not.
need to highlight the people that do it. Like,
Yeah.
shout out to Method Man.
Yeah.
Method Man is out
And I
here
think
still
that's the
smoking
case.
everything
We gotta give
moving.
more love to the people that
Yeah.
are still
We
Yeah.
People
that
before
are doing
him.
it.
If you have older generations who are threatened by the presence of the youth because it means their time is up, they're going to react in a negative.
But every
if you
year we-
have younger generations who feel like they can't measure up to the standard that that these other guys are setting, they're going to react negative. And when those two meet in the middle, it looks like, well, fuck you, well, fuck you. That's what you get. But if you're nice and you're young, and I'm secure in my career, and I'm secure in what I've done, and I'm secure in my reputation and what I've been able to put in stone, and your presence doesn't threaten my reality, and I admire your skill set, and you see the standard that I set, and your whole thing is, I'm gonna be better than that guy. I'm gonna be as good or better than that guy. And you come in a real MC with that mentality, those guys get along. He chops it up nonstop with everybody. Don't nobody come in here talking, and we go all up and down. Graph, another one, all up and I see people. So I hate that narrative that we just hate each other.
Yeah.
It's the insecure and the whack who make the most noise. World Star Effect, they make the most noise, so that's what we pay attention to. But none of us look when he's sitting down giving classes to and talking about how he Funkmaster Flex and Moni Love and all this and he came. Come on, as many doors as he opened up.
Why don't we have a DJ Khaled record and DJ Red Alert record?
Ask Khaled.
But I want to say,
But that's just the point of what I'm making.
Ask Khaled.
But can we go back to what he's saying with Bill Russell? I think that's very important because it just opened my mind. We don't really have an almanac of the accomplishments of everybody in hip hop.
hip-hop like a stats sheet,
See,
like
when
a-
you look at Bill
Right.
Russell,
Yeah,
there's
you know his
11
stats.
rings
Yeah,
where he
and,
went
and
through.
there's a reason to respect.
Respect.
Yeah, it's like
So
a
now if we
basketball
come,
paper.
Math Hoffa,
And that's what's lacking in the culture of hip hop.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
From
Like
the
who-
younger
like-
to the older.
like
Right.
how you just sat down with my expert opinion, you ran down giving Uncle Luke his name. Not to disrespect, but what you did, now everybody's gonna look and say, this guy been killing before my own pops was born. He's still acting. He's still.
What you doing, man? What you doing?
Oh.
That's a show. That's a show, bro. We do nah.
Got you. Got
Stop
you.
talking. Stop
Got
talking.
you.
Immediately.
Got you.
Immediately.
But you know
That is
what?
a show.
Got
I
you.
will,
That's happening.
I will admit this.
That's
I
happening.
am
That's
honored
happening.
to this day that
Yeah.
a great amount of the younger audience embrace me. Why? Because number one, I have learned to adapt from generation to generation, era to era. If I'm learning how to play break beats from the beginning to where I'm playing,
Listening to the record.
Yo,
Listening to the
What he said.
needle, bro.
listening to certain featured rap records that's going on today, and I've said I'm learning how to sandwich everything together, not only as far as the genres of music, but different eras, and make it sound.
Yeah.
Again, why isn't nobody doing that? Taking records from then and now and making like blends.
It is somebody
Jim-
doing
I-
that. It is
Jim-
somebody doing that.
Jim,
It is somebody doing that.
Yeah, there it is.
It is somebody doing that.
There it is.
No?
There it is.
Jim Jones and Mano just made a whole album.
Jim Jones and
Taking a bunch of 90s beats.
No, I mean taking the actual
The
song.
songs, yeah.
And then
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, okay, a lot of the youths at the that work at the station, you know, in different departments, you know, there's some of them that take time and talk to me because I show them, I present myself where I'm approachable. It's not like I'm going to be snobbing, turn off from you, and I don't want to be bothered with you.
Right.
And they come and ask us, I take time to talk to them. But I'm also learning from them too. Because I got to see where their minds is at, what they thinking, what they feeling.
What's something you learned from Funk Flex?
Flex is a mastermind in a business sense. What I respect about Flex, he never forget who helped bring him in. When he formed this thing, Lit Digital DJs, he grabbed Chuck Chillot and myself to be a part of it because he looked upon where we open our arms to him. He ain't turned his back. He ain't say, oh, your time is up. He embraced us, regardless how long we've been around. Here it is. He keep me in tune. He let me know. Anything I'm aware of, I bring it to him. That's how it's supposed to be. But everybody. But a lot of people don't think that.
His career isn't threatened by your presence. What he's established with himself isn't threatened by the presence of a legend. That's what happens when you're securing your career. That's what you can do.
And I gotta say, he spoke very highly of you
Yeah, I
for
respect.
a long while.
I appreciate that. I have great respect for Flex. I know how the public may come across, look at him as being loud, cocky, arrogant. But you get to know him personally, he's not that 24/7.
Right.
He coming across as what he's known for doing, being on the air and doing his show.
Right.
Away from that, now he still got his sixth sense where he gonna feel you out and see how far they take you. But he using that mind so well to strategize everything he does.
Right. Awesome.
Which is why the youth still love him on Hot 97.
Right.
He come across them where they embrace him. I know a lot of
Flex.
people say, I
Shout
want
out
the
to
old
Flex.
Flex, I want the old Flex. He may give it to you, but in order for him to keep going, he gonna give the new to the audience that still lock in with him. Because if you stick to the same old, you limit yourself and you only go so far.
Right.
If I didn't take the initiative from ever generation to, grab to the next agenda, next whatever it is, I would have been left back myself. So that's what you gotta do.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.